What a day. Bear market, sell the rally. Um, I mean, I spoke about this on Sunday. I said if the bulls can't capitalize, we're gonna see new lows, and it looks like we're gonna close June on its lows. Everything was a sell day today. Everything across the board was just good old red. Um, somehow, not somehow, it was a huge miss on Meta for me, Facebook. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Um, let's zoom in over here. So, at first I wanted to get short on this candle, but by the time I realized we were already down here and I didn't want to chase, I wanted it like 10, 20 cents higher. Just couldn't get it. I said, okay, it's okay. I'll get it on a pullback. And I got in on this 5-minute candle at 10:45. We pushed into the 9 moving average, and I'm watching the footprint chart. Sellers are piling in, and I get in half size. More sellers come in, so I go in full size. And I said, okay, I have a solid position going. Everything was selling off heavily at this point. Every pullback's getting sold. You can tell it's already a trend day, and I have big plans for this trade. I'm not going to go for 4R. I was going for 8R, which is going to be around 165, 166. So right down here, 165.50s, around there, mid 165. And I had big plans for this trade. I completely fucked it up, just a complete disaster. Um, I moved my stop to break even too quickly. I got stopped on this candle at 10:55. I uh, I got it. I got in my head basically. I lost sight of what was really going on. I lost sight that hey, this is a trend day. There's a nice range low over here, and chances are, since everything's selling off, when this range low lets go, we're gonna get some serious momentum to the downside. And I just completely lost that idea, that larger time frame picture. And I moved my stop to break even. My stop was obviously above here. Um, I would have never gotten stopped. And then once this candle closed, I was like, oh shit. And we opened over here and we started selling. I popped in with half an hour and then I put a tight stop and I just got stopped on that. So I said, okay, whatever. I left that alone. Um, it was I didn't want to get back in on this. The trade was still valid. I mean, I could have gone in on any of these two candles or even this candle. It's just it felt like chasing at that point because I already tried twice. The first one was an absolute perfect entry for me. I got in higher than my level is, so I have a little bit more cushion for a stop, and I added on top of that. So um, yeah, the trade didn't work out, but I'm also very glad that I wasn't trying to fight the trend. On trend days, I usually try to fight the trend because realize that we're in a trend day a little too late, and I'm glad that I realized that this time. I did capitalize on a Baba trade, and I'll go over that right now. But I just wanted to say that I'm actually happy that I was on the right side this time, and I wasn't fighting the trend. I wasn't trying to buy the lows. This was a good pullback to sell, and if I just followed my rules, I would have never gone stopped. I would not have put my original position to break even, and yeah, I would have still been in the trade. This would have been a beautiful 8R trade. Um, but let's go over my other trade, my Baba trade. So I stepped away after the Facebook scenario or the Meta issue, my trade, and um, I saw that we had a nice leg down. We broke the morning range and we pulled back into it, and the 9 moving average on the 5 beautifully, and I took that short. I held this for a long time, and I got out basically at low of day. The two things about this trade that I want to get better at is one, the trade was picture perfect. I want to. This is one of my bread and butter trades, like the momentum, first pullback short or first pullback long. I want to realize it in the moment or just right before, and I want to size more into it. Like I want to risk an R&a-half instead of 1 R on this, because probabilities are higher on this trade. Might as well dish out a little more cash on that, because if the probabilities are seriously in my favor, might as well, instead of risking that extra half an R, that other 1 R on potentially something not as probable as this play, why not just throw it out on this? The probabilities are in my favor. I mean, I can't get a better setup. I mean, like I said, momentum was here. First pullback, sell into the 9 moving average. Major breakdown of this low. We closed below it, pulled back above it, and then we just sold on that pullback. And I held until we broke these lows. And whenever we were down here, I was watching the footprint chart, and the offer down here was too weak. It didn't look like they were going to go a little lower. I wanted at least. I was looking to see if we could break 116, see what would happen then, but I mean it wasn't really working out. So, um, and I saw the offers weakening down there. Even though there wasn't really a bid, there just really wasn't an offer down there. So I said, okay, we broke the lows. That's what I was going for, and I saw what happened, so I'm out. This was a 5R trade, so I'm happy that I held for that long. I stuck to my plan on this one, unlike Meta. I have to, um, I obviously have to not do this again, but I'm gonna go back and journal about why this was going on, because this was a crucial trade. I mean, I had planned this. Um, I had planned a trend day trade like this, because I would go against the trend. I would fight the trend and try to get long at certain extension levels, and it just wouldn't work out in my favor. And I said, okay, well, I'm fighting the trend, and like that's just useless. So might as well um, find an area with a good pullback potential to short early on in the day before the trend really kicks in. And I'm glad at least I realized that and I executed on it, even though it didn't work out in my favor. I still executed on it, so I mean that's something I can work on right now. Um, but yeah, that's basically it. I mean everything sold off heavily today, big red day. So I do think we're gonna see some new lows, and then potentially after that we can look to dip buy. I'll go over that at the end of the week. Let's see what happens in the next few days.